మనలో జాయిన్ అవుతారు సార్.
మినిమం చూసుకుంటే మినిమం చేసుకోవచ్చు. షేర్ చేశారా? In morning class, we have discussed about data models we have discussed. So data models are classified into three types. The first one is physical data model, second one is conceptual data model, and next one is logical data model. Again, logical data models classified into five types. First one is hierarchical data model. Next one is network data model. Third one is relational data model. Next one is object data model. Last one is. So when we are working with Oracle database follows object relational database model. So because it will allow you to create objects you can create, and also it will follow the for rules also. So it is RDBMS and also it is ORDBMS both. And now we are going to discuss about constraints. We'll discuss now, and after that we'll discuss about normalization. And after normalization, then I'll start Oracle SQL. I'll start data types, then operators. All these we'll see. Listen, now we are going to discuss about constraints here. So constraints are used to give conditions on the table. So whenever you want to give validations or conditions on the table, then it is possible by using constraints. And constraints can be given while creating the table, and we can apply constraints on the existing table also. So on new table, when you are creating a table, you can apply the constraints. and also on existing table. If table is already there, and on existing table, if you want to apply constraints, even that is possible here. So when we are creating table, on the table, giving constraints is mandatory. Without constraints, table will not be there. So here you can see the first one is there, unique constraint is there. Unique means different. Whenever you want to store unique values or different values, then we can use a unique constraint. So it is going to accept new values, and also it is going to accept null values, it is going to accept. So while entering the values at the time, if you don't know what exactly the values are, for time being you can give null, and later you can update with the values. So now here you can see the table here. Here you can see the table, EMP table containing employee number, employee name and salary is there. So let us say I am creating this EMP table with employee number, name and salary is given. Okay. And on employee number, unique constraint is given. Like how to add constraints that we'll see in SQL comments. When I start SQL, now we'll see the theory parts today. Okay, but after 1, 2 classes, when I start SQL, like Oracle commands when I start, then we'll see how to add constraints on a new table, how to add constraints on existing table. All these we'll see. Okay. So here you can see employee number is having unique constraint, and e-name and salary is there. So on e-name and salary, constraints are not there, constraints are not existing. So this is the first record, like 1001, then name and salary is given. So if I give first record like this, so it will accept. If I give first record like this, it is going to accept. Now here I am giving next record. Here I am giving 1001, then name, and here I am giving salary here. Salary is given. So if I give second record like this, if I give second record like this, will it accept? Will it work? Yes or no? No. So it will not work. Why? Because this 1001 is what? It is repeated. It is having unique constraint. So 1001 is repeated. So this is duplicate. So if this is original, this is duplicate here. Okay. So when you give name and salary, unique constraint will not check name and salary. It will check only the only number. Number it will take. So if I give record like this record is not allowed. This record is not allowed because this is duplicate. The same value is repeated. And here I am giving null value here. Null value I am giving, then name, and here salary is given here. Salary is given. So here in unique constraint we can give null values. Like at that time while giving the values, if you don't know the values, for timing you can give. Later you can change. Okay. So null means nothing or empty. Null means nothing or empty. So it will show as null, NULL, but it is treated as empty here. And here I am giving like this. Here null, then name, and here salary is given here. So if I use null for second time, it is going to accept. It will take multiple null values. It will take. But here, what is the condition is here? It does not accept. It does not accept duplicate values. Okay. So unique constraint is given for ENO, for employee number. So now ename is there. So can I give unique constraint for ename? Can I give unique constant for ename? Yes or no? So unique constant can be repeated in the table. If I am giving for ENO, I can give it for other columns in the table. It can be repeated. అంటే యూనిక్ కాన్స్టెంట్ ఒక కాలమ్ కి ఇవ్వచ్చు, వేరే కాలమ్స్ కూడా ఇవ్వచ్చు మీరు. ఇట్ క్యాన్ బి రిపీటెడ్. సో మై క్వశ్చన్ ఈస్, ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు గివ్ యూనిక్ కాన్స్టెంట్ ఫర్ ఈనేమ్, can we give unique constant for ename? Yes or no? Yes or no? So answer is no. Why? Because his names can be repeated. So 2-3 employees can have the same name. We cannot ask them to change the names. They cannot change the names. So ename, for ename we should not give unique constant. Why? Because there is chance of duplicates. 2-3 employees can have the same name. When you apply the constant, you should see whether it is required to that column or not. Okay. And next one is the salary is there here. Salary. So can I give unique constant for salary column? Yes or no? So answer is no. Why? Because even in the salary also, there is a chance of rotation. Like more than one employee can have the same salary. So we should not give. If you give also, it will take, but that is not correct. So this is about unique constraint. And next one is here, you can see not null is there here. You can see not null. Not null constraint means it does not accept null values, but it can store duplicate values. So only null values it will stop, but it can store duplicate values it can store. So we'll see the example for this. Here you can see EMP table is there here. EMP table with employee number, employee name, and salary is there here. Okay. So let us say while creating the table, then we'll apply constant. And constants will work while adding records and while updating records also. Students, while creating the table, you can apply constants. Okay. On existing table also we can apply constants on existing table. So when these constants will work while adding records. When you are using insert command, they will work. When you are using update command, they will work. So in two ways it will work here. While adding records, when you are executing insert command, constants will work. When you are executing update command to modify the values, then constants will work. Now here you can see EMP table is there with employee number, name, and salary is there. And giving 3 columns here. And for employee number, not null is there. Not null. So for employee number, we should not use not null. We have to use primary key constraint. That we'll see in next examples. Okay. But here let us say ENO is having a not null constraint. ENO. On employee name and salary, constraints are not given. Constraints are not there. So here one record is already there. One record is already existing. Now I am giving like this 1001. Then here I'll give name and here I'll give salary here. Salary is given. Okay. So here I'm giving like this 1001 Surya, then 98,000 is given. So if I give record like this, will it work? Yes or no? So it will work. Why? Because this not null will restrict only null values, but it will allow you to store duplicate values. If I give 1001, it is duplicate, but not null constant will allow to work with duplicates here. Now here I am using null value for the first end. Null value, then name, then here I am giving salary here. Salary is given here. Null value, null means nothing or empty. Then name and salary is given. So if I give like this, will it work? So it will not work. Why? Because this null constant cannot accept even one null value also. One null value. Okay. So not null constant also can be repeated in the table. We can use it for 2 columns in the table, or we can use it for 3 columns in the table. We can use it. Okay. So unique constant can be repeated. Unique constant. We can use it for more than one column in the table. Not null also can be repeated here. So now ENO is having not null constant. Now ename is there. Ename. So can I give not null constant for ename? Can I give not null constant for ename? Yes or no? How many of say yes? Okay, Tom. How many of say no? See here. See, for employee name, we can give not null. Why? Because every employee will have name. Without name, employees will not be there. You can give not null because when you give the names you have to give. And means if you are not giving, sometimes it will take null values. So you can give, you can apply. And next one is salary is there. Salary. So can I give not null for salary? You please tell yes or no, you please tell. All should respond. See, can I give not null for salary? Yes or no? Answer is yes. You can give not null for salary. Why? Because every employee will get salary. Even if the person is not going to office in the entire month also, they will give some minimum amount. Like in government jobs, it will be. Like if the person is not going to office for 1 month, they will give some amount, like a basic amount they'll give. It won't be empty. So in that case, we can give not null for salary. So depends on the columns, you can decide whether consent is required or not. So next one is primary key consent is there here. Next one is the primary key constant. Here you can see primary key. So primary key means it is the combination of unique and not null constant. Primary key is the combination of unique and not null constant. It is the combination of both. So it does not accept duplicate values and it does not accept null values. It does not accept null values. And a table can have only one primary key. Table can have only one primary key. As I said before, unique constant can be repeated. Okay, madam. Unique constant can be repeated. Unique constant can be not null can be not null repeated. Unique constant can be repeated. Not null constant can be repeated and then you can use it for 2 or 3 columns. You can use it. Not null constant can be repeated. Okay. So primary key constant can be, we cannot repeat primary key. A table can have only one primary key. So primary key is example of, super key. So why it is called a super key is, other columns in the table should depend upon the primary key column. That we'll see in normalization. In normalization, we'll see how the other columns depends on the primary key column existing in the table. So here, while working with this, here you can see EMP table. Here you can see EMP table with ENO, E-name and salary is given. So table EMP is the table name. Having how many columns? How many columns? Three columns. How many rows are there? See, many are, I think, were not listening to me. You are busy with phone. You are not seeing my face you are not seeing my face. Please off your phone, put in vibration mode. If you want to see phone, please leave the class. If you don't stay in the class, please leave. If you want to see my phone, if you are not seeing my face, then what is the use of coming to the class? When you are here, you have to see me when I'm explaining. ఇష్టం లేకపోతే వెళ్ళిపోండి. ఇక్కడ ఎవరు ఫోర్స్ చేయట్లేదు. ఇక్కడ ఎవరికో చెప్తున్నట్టు ఫీల్ అవుతారు, ఫోన్ చూసుకుంటారు. ఎవరికో చెప్తున్నట్టు ఫీలింగ్, వాల్స్ చెప్తున్నాను నేను. So here you can see, I'm asking how many columns are there, how many rows are there. I'm asking, you are not giving a response. Some one, two students I'm telling. So EMP is what? EMP is what? EMP అనేది ఒక table. EMP is a table. I'm saying that EMP is a table. Contains what? Contains employees details. Contains employees details. It is having rows and columns. So how many columns are there? How many rows are there? How many? One row is there. ENO, E-name, salary are headings, sir. No. Okay. So here ENO is having primary key, and then here I will ask individual students. Like if I'm telling no, some are not they are attentive in the class. If I ask like this, good. So here 1001, then name, and here salary is given here. Okay, 1001, then salary is given here. Okay, mirror. You. Employee number is having. Wait, let it, please. Employee number is having. ఏంటండి ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్కి ఏముంది? ఏముందండి? 1001 ఉంది. ఓకే, ఎంప్లాయీ నంబర్ ఈజ్ హ్యావింగ్ ప్రైమరీ కీ కన్స్ట్రెంట్. పీకే మీన్స్ not Pawan Kalyan. PK means what? PK means, in short form I wrote PK means unique constant I wrote, not null constant I wrote. Now I am saying PK means primary key. Employee number is having primary key. Okay, na? Morning you are there. Morning primary key is what? Primary key is constant. It is a constant. So it does not accept duplicate values and does not accept null values. Null values. A table can have how many primary keys? How many? Only one primary key. Table can have only one primary key. So here you can see I am giving this record 1001, then name, salary. If I give second record like this, will it work? So it will not work because 1001 is repeated. So now I am giving another record here. I am using null value for the first time. I am using null value for the first time. So here name, then here salary is given here. I am using null value for the first time. If I give record like this, will it work? Yes or no? So it will not accept. So primary key does not accept null values and it does not accept duplicate values. If it is accepting value, then it should be the unique value, different value. So now employee number is having primary key. Employee number is having primary key. Can I give primary key on employee name? Yes or no? So answer is no. Why answer is no? Names can be. So that is the first problem. Before that, if ENO is having primary key, we cannot use primary key for other columns in the table. For other columns, we cannot use. And here when you are working with this primary key here, in primary key you can see two keys are there here. In primary key we can see two keys. Primary, here you can see two keys here. First one is candidate key and next one is alternate key. Alternate key means secondary key we will say. In primary key, two keys are existing. First one is candidate key here. Candidate key means uniquely identifies each row in the table. That is called as candidate key here. So here you can see. Here you can see department table is there here. Department table. And here you can see department number, department name, location. Department table containing department details. And here you can see department number 10 sales, 20 accounting, 30 operations is there. And here you can see all these departments are in the same location, Hyderabad. Okay. So here using department number, you can identify each record in the table. Okay. Each record in the table means you can access each record in the table. See, using department number, you can identify each record in the table. You can identify first record, second record, third record. Okay. You can access, otherwise you can say access. You can access first record, second record, third record. So we'll write a query. Select command will be there. Select as from table name where department number equal to 10 or department number equal to 20 or department number equal to 30. Select statement will write. Using select statement, we'll get records. Okay. Now here you can see dname is there. Dname containing unique values. So you can identify each, you can access each record in the table. So if you say dname sales, you will get first record. If you say dname accounting, you will get second record. If you say dname operations, you will get third. Candidate key. Candidate key means you can identify each value in the column. Candidate key means contains unique values. Candidate key means contains different values. Department number is candidate key. Dname is candidate key because they are having unique values, different values. Now location is there. Location is having Hyderabad. In location, duplicates are there. Repetition is there. If the column is having duplicates, then we cannot identify each record in the table. You cannot access. Because if I say location equal to Hyderabad, if I say location equal to Hyderabad, how many records will get? 3 records will get. You will not get 1 record. If I say location equal to Hyderabad, you will get all the 3 records. Because you are unable to identify each record in the table. Okay. Candidate key column means will not apply this constraint. Unique constraint will apply on the table. Not null will apply. Primary key will apply. Candidate key will not apply. How can we decide that it is the candidate key column? If the column contains unique values, different values, it is candidate key column. Here we can see 2 or 3 columns we can see. Out of 2, 3 candidate key columns, you can use one as a primary key. In this example, I can use a department number as a primary key column. I can use dname as primary key column. Table can have multiple candidate key columns. Out of all the candidate key columns, you can use one as a primary key. In this example, department number I can use as primary key. Dname I can use as primary key because it is having unique values or it is having different values. Different values it is having different values are there. Okay. Okay. Madam, you. Location is there now. On location, can I use primary key on location? So we cannot use because it is not candidate key column. Candidate key column means what? It contains unique values or different values. So this is about the candidate key column. And in primary key, one more key is there. That is alternate key. Alternate key means we'll call it as a secondary key. Alternate key or secondary key uniquely identifies each row in a table when primary key fails. Uniquely identifies each row in a table when primary key fails. If you are not using primary key to get values, you can use other columns to get the values. Okay, other columns we can call them as alternate keys or we can call them as secondary key we can call. Secondary key we can say. So here you can see this example here. Student table is there. It is having hall ticket number, student name, father's name and marks is given here. Table, student table is having how many columns? four columns. And how many records are there? So two records are there. Here you can see hall ticket number is there. Hall ticket number is having primary key column. And here student name, father's name, marks is there. Okay. Now here when you take hall ticket number here, so when results are announced, then if the student knows hall ticket number, if that slip is there, or if they're having a soft copy in mobile, then they can check. With hall ticket number, they can get the marks. Total marks they can get. Okay. Marks of each subject also you will get in your college. Everything you will get. Report you will get. Okay. So here, well, with hall ticket number, student will not have any confusion. Why? Because this when student enters hall ticket number, only his marks will be displayed. Like some other student marks he will not get. If some other student marks he will get, and if those marks are more, then this student will say those are my marks. Even if his marks are less. Okay, that's why to avoid this confusion, only one hall ticket number means the result is displayed. Marks will get. Okay. Let us say a student is not having hall ticket number, results announced, and parents will call. No? Parents will call saying that results are announced. Where are you? That boy will have been friends. Parents will say, please seek result. Then that student will say, I don't have hall ticket number. If the student is not having a hall ticket number, then alternate will be there. Alternate is by giving student name and father's name. By giving in search, if they give like that search option with hall ticket number, they can search like year, semester, other details. Here I am giving only 4 columns, but the table will have many columns like branch, year, semester, like many other options will be there. Here I am giving father's name. Okay, so if the student do not know hall ticket number, then student can enter student name and father's name. Student name and father's name he will never forget. He will remember. Hall ticket number means he will forget. So by giving student name and father's name, he can get the marks. They are called alternate keys, secondary key. Okay. So here the meaning is uniquely identifies each row in a table and primary key fails. Primary key fails means we should not think that primary key will not work. Primary key will works. Meaning is if you are not using primary key column to get the result, if you are using other columns to get result, primary key fails means not that failed. Primary key fails means if you are not using primary key column to get the result, if you are using some other columns to get the result, other columns are called as secondary key or alternate key. So here what is the secondary key here? Student name and father's name. You may be having doubt. Why I am taking 2 columns as a combination? So here if I take only student name, with the same name, many students will be there. So to avoid that, I am taking father's name also. If I take student name and father's name, you can avoid repetition. Okay, in some cases, student name and father's name also may be same for 2 students. Sometimes it may happen. Okay, then in that case, they have to take some other column like year or semester, like branch, marks. Marks తీసుకోవాలి only marks కి డేట్ ఆఫ్ బర్త్ తీసుకోవచ్చండి. మార్క్స్ మీకు కావాల్సింది ఏంటి? మార్క్స్ కదా. మార్క్స్ మళ్ళీ మీరు మార్క్స్ ఇచ్చి మార్క్స్ అంటే ఎలాగవుతుంది? ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ కొంచెం అలర్ట్ గా ఉండాలి. ఇది ఏంటంటే కొంచెం స్లీప్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ కదా, కొంచెం అలర్ట్ గా ఉంటుంది. మార్నింగ్ 9 o'clock ఇదేం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు, 2 o'clock కొంచెం ప్రాబ్లం. Okay, so here alternate key or secondary key means if you are not using primary key to get the values, and if you are using and if you are using other columns to get the values, other columns, then in other columns, using other columns, you'll get the result. Okay. Okay, no? Okay, no? So we are taking two columns as the combination. If you take date of birth, if you take date of birth, with date of birth also problem will be there. On the same date, like two students or three students may be there. Again, problem will be. That's why I'm taking two columns as a combination. Okay. Okay, no? What is the main difference between this candidate key and the secondary key? Madam, you tell. Candidate key is having unique values. Secondary key can have duplicates. Names can be repeated. Father's names can be repeated. So secondary key columns can have repetition, but it is only alternate. If you are not using primary key column, you can use some other columns to get the result based on the coding that is done. Okay. So in primary key students, in primary key, here you can see two keys are there. Candidate key and alternate key you can see here. Candidate key and alternate key you can see. So next one is foreign key is there. Next one is foreign key. So here foreign key is there. Okay. So here in constants you will not find Indian key. Indian key will not be there. Only foreign key is there. I like India. I'm proud of to be an Indian, but I didn't find the Indian key. Foreign key is there. So foreign key use is see, I think all are following now my class. Okay, very good. Uh, what is the first constraint? First one is what? Unique constraint. Next one, not null. Boys are null. Next, third one, primary key. Next one, candidate key. Next one, secondary key. I think some are writing. Okay. So here you can see foreign key is there. Foreign key is used to create relation between tables. So whenever you want to create a primary key, whenever you want to create parent and child relation, whenever you want to maintain parent and child relation, then we can use foreign key constraint. We can use foreign key constraint. So when we use foreign key constraint, then parent table will have primary key and the child table will have a foreign key. Foreign key column will be there. So if you want to create the child table and that child table depends on parent table, in that case we can use foreign key constraint can be used. So here you can see here to create the child table, foreign key is used, and it accepts foreign key accepts duplicate values and can accept even null values also. If the table is having foreign key constraint, then the table can accept duplicate values, foreign key, and can accept even null values also. And a table can contain only, a table can have multiple foreign key constraints, not just one. It can have multiple foreign key constraints. And it is used to maintain referential data integrity. Referential data integrity means values given in the child table. Values given in the child table will refers to the values given in the parent table. Students, values given in the child table will refers to values given in the parent table. Parent table will have primary key column and the child table will have a foreign key column. So foreign key column values refers to the primary key column values existing in the table. So here you can see department table is there here. You can see department table is existing. Listen, here department table is there here. Department table is having department number, department name, location is there. Department table contains containing three columns. Department number, department name, location. In department number, primary key constraint is given. Primary key means it does not accept duplicate values and it does not accept null values. It does not accept null values here. Okay. So department table is the parent table. Department table is the parent table. And EMP table is the child table. Then here Hyderabad is given here. Like you can see, two rows are there. So students parent table contains parent table contains parent table contains parent table contains parent records. Parent table will have primary is correct. Even child table also can have primary. Primary. Even that, don't think that parent table only should have primary thing. Child table also can have primary thing. Parent table contains parent records. Yesterday we have discussed, you know. So parent records. How many parent records are there? How many? Two parent records are there. Now this is the and here you can see. No. I'm deleting. So here employee name, salary and department number is there. So EMP table store containing employees details. Then here employee number, name, salary, department. If you want to give pay relation, if you want to give pay style relation, both the tables, if you want to give primary key and foreign key relation, both the tables should have common column names. Column names can be same or column names can be different, but the values in the columns should be same. Values in the column should be same. So here when we working with so here so when what are the two common columns? Number and department number. Department number is column names existing in both the tables. If you want to give primary key and foreign key relation, if you want to give parent and child relation, then table should have common column names. Column names can be same or column names can be different, but the values in the columns should be same. But the values in the columns should be same. Okay, you. Column names are same or different now? Column names are Column names are column names are different. Column names are different. Different. Column names are column names. Column names are same. Department number. Department number. Same. Okay. You from which place? Uttar Pradesh. Okay. So good. No, wait. PK means Indians డెవలప్ చేస్తే ఇస్తారు. ప్రభాస్, అల్లు అర్జున్ ఇస్తారు అలాగే. మన ఇండియన్స్ ఛాన్స్ లేదు కదా, సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్ అన్ని వాళ్ళు డెవలప్ చేస్తారు. అలా అయితే ఇక్కడ ఆ పేర్లే కనిపిస్తుంది. సో హియర్ అగైన్ ఎఫ్ నెక్స్ట్ primary key can I store duplicates? Can I store duplicates? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes sir. Yes. In foreign key can I store null values? Yes or no? So in foreign key you can store duplicates. In foreign key you can store null values. Next. Okay. Now, can I create two foreign key columns in a table? So we can create multiple foreign key columns in the table. It is possible. Okay. Now you can see different table is the parent table. Parent table contains parent records. EMP is the child table. EMP is the child table. Child table contains child records. Okay. And here you can see parent and child is there. Primary key and foreign key relation is there. Primary key, foreign relation. Now I'll say DNO. Now I'll say DNO. Now all is different here. Here it is number. And here it is DNO. Here it is DNO. Okay. Here it is DNO. No. It is department number. And here it is DNO. So if I column names are different. Columns are different. Can I give this relation primary to relation? So we can give. So column names can be same or column names can be different, but the value is same. Okay. So now here, can I create a relation between ENO and DNO, ENO and department number? If I want to create relation between department number and why? Because is values are different. Values are different here. Column names are different only, but values are different. Okay. Now you can parent table is there. Now child is there. Now I am giving. Here you can see 10 record. Here 3 records are there. So if I give 1001 Raj 10, then it will check whether it is in the key or not. Foreign key column value checks the primary key. If it will accept. When you are giving values in foreign key, before that the value is in the primary key. When values in the foreign key, before that the value is primary. If I give 10, it 20 it will accept. So I'm giving this 1004. Here I'm giving 1 and here I'm giving I'm giving department number 30. If you department number 30, will it work? Because when I give 30, it will check whether department number 30 is there or not. Here department number is not accept. So here it will show error message it will give. With 30 is not there. Okay. And if I give value, if I give value, like let us say student is on hold, like department is not assigned, like only for few days. Later they will give department. If I give null, will it work? Yes or no? So foreign key can accept. Foreign key can accept. Duplicate is also accept. So here we are like this. Here. So now here. And here 20. So I can take 20. Number 20. If I yes or no? So it will works because record is already there. So 10 working one to many relation. One to many relation. Department number 20, only one employee is there. One to one relation. IT department, 3 employees. One to many. One to many means one parent record is having relation with equal child. Child table. Okay. And one to one relation is one record in the parent table is having equal one child. Okay. Listen, here you can see here. Here we have discussed about department table and EMP table. If you are working with department table and EMP table, you can use ENO as a primary key. You can use employee number as a primary key. Okay. If you are working with department table and EMP table, you can use ENO as a primary key. Okay. And here another relation is given. That's why we are giving as a foreign key. A column can have primary key and also foreign key. So here, if I give primary key, it will works. It will take. But here I am giving foreign key to show relation to another table. Now here you can see department table and EMP table are there. Parent and child relation is there. So whenever we are working with the tables will not have the same relation here. Like for example, EMP table is there. EMP table is the child table for department table. Students, students, students. EMP table is the child table for department table. EMP table can be parent table to some other table. EMP table can be the parent table to some other table. See, when you see the generations like a grandfather, father and son. If you take three, grandfather, father and son. Like if you take father, father means he is a son. Father is a son. He is son to his father. And he is a father to his son. Father ante father. Son ante మీరు ఫాలో అవుతున్నారు కదా. నేను అంత కొన్నిసార్లు తెలుగులో కొన్ని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయలేదు. సో ఫాదర్ మీన్స్ ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ ఇస్ నాట్ ఫాదర్. He is a son to his father and his father to his son. Don't say that this is child table, this is child table. You should not say like that. Again, that table will hurt you. So whenever you see table, every time you should not say this is your child table, your child table, like that you should not say. So child table can be parent table, or sometimes it can be child table. In this example, EMP table is a child table to department table, and EMP table can be parent to some other table. I think all are following. So now see this. Now here we are adding another table, project table. So project table is there here with employee number, project ID, project name and budget is there. Okay. So here we are giving projects details. In IT company, projects details will be there, and it shows the list of employees working on projects. List of employees working on projects here. Okay. So now here, this project table is there. We are connecting with EMP table. This project table we are connecting with EMP table. So when we are connecting project table with EMP table, then project table works as parent table. Don't think about the relation what I said. Project table is a parent table. EMP table here also it is child table only. So in this relation, you can see here how many parents are there? 2 parents. How many children are there? Only 1. So only in some cases it will happen like this. In most of the cases, 1 parent, many children. But here, 2 parents, 1 children. This one child is responsible for parent table. Don't take some other wrong information. DPT is what? Parent table. Parent table contains parent records. Project is what? Parent table containing parent records. Now here you can see 3 employees are there. Like 2 employees working on HMS project, and this 3rd employee is working on CRMS project. Okay. Now here, this is the primary key and this is the foreign key here. Primary key and foreign key. Employee number can have primary key constant also. You can give primary key constant, employee number, and it can have foreign key. It can have relation with employee number can have relation with another table. Now here, after giving relation here, so here in a child we are adding records. In child we are adding records. Now see this. Here I will say 1004, then name, then here salary and department number. Here I am giving 10 or 20 I will give. 10 is IT department, I will give 10. IT department 10 is given. Okay. Now see this. 1004 Arvind, salary, department number 10. If I give record like this, will it work? If I give record like this, will it work? Yes or no? How many of say no? How many of say yes? Okay. So here if I give record like this, it will not work. It will not work. Why it will not work is this value refers to here. Here only 1003 is there. This is parent only. This is parent no. See, if I give 1004, then it will check here whether it is in primary column or not. So it is not there. See, department number 10 is matching here. Department number 10 is matching. This is allowed, but this is not allowed. When you are giving records in child table, then it will checks in two tables. Employee number in project table, department number in department table. If both the values are matching, then only record is allowed. Here we don't have any conditions with parent records, parent table. In parent table, you can add any number of records. Okay, now see this. So here I am giving 1003 here, 1003. So name, then salary is given, and here I am giving department number 30. Here I am giving department number 30. If I give record like this, will it work? No. Yes or no? No. How many of say no? Very good. Okay, so here if I give 30, so here if I give record like this, it won't accept. 1003 is matching with this. It is already there. And if I give 30, 30 is not existing here. So only in rare cases this will happen. Two parent tables, one child table. Generally, we'll see only one parent and one table, one child table, one parent and two child tables will be there. Only in rare cases this is going to happen. So I have told this example here. Okay. So this is about the foreign key constraint. Foreign key constraint. Okay. Last, madam, last. Why we are using foreign key? Chapter, please. Why we are using foreign key? To create child table. So to create relation between tables, to create child table, parent, to create child table, we are using foreign key constraint. Foreign key we are using to create parent and child relation. Will use it. Okay. Next. In can I give two foreign keys in the table? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Why yes? Okay. Next. Can I give null values in foreign key? Yes or no? Yes. Madam, yes or no? Can I give relation here? Last, can I give primary key and foreign key on one column? Can I give primary key and foreign key on one column? Primary key of the table, foreign key to some other table. Yes. So we can give it is allowed. We can give here. Okay. Any doubts in this example? Any doubts? Because the relations means confusing, no? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Foreign key amendment. డూప్లికేట్ ఎలా ఇక్కడ డూప్లికేట్ అంటే ఫారెన్ డూప్లికేట్స్ మీరు అంటే అక్కడ ప్రైమరీకి ఉంది కదా. నేను ఏ కండిషన్ చెప్పాను, నేను 1004 ఇస్తే తీసుకోదని చెప్పాను. 1004 తీసుకోదని చెప్పి అక్కడ లేదు. నేను ఫారెన్ కి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. ఫారెన్ కి is used to maintain referential data integrity between two tables. Referential means foreign key column values refers to primary key column values. So మీరు చెప్పారు కదా 1003 ఇస్తే తీసుకోలేదు. అంతే కదా మేడం, మీరు చెప్పింది అదే కదా. 1003 ఇచ్చారనుకోండి తీసుకుంటుంది. కానీ అక్కడ మీరు ఏం చేయాలి, ప్రైమరీ కీ ఇవ్వాలి. ఫారెన్ కీ అంటే ఏం చెప్పండి, ఇట్ ఈస్ యూస్ టు మెయింటైన్ రిఫరెన్షియల్ డేటా ఇంటిగ్రిటీ కదా. అంటే మనం ఇచ్చిన టేబుల్ ఇచ్చిన వాల్యూస్ పేరెంట్ టేబుల్ చెక్ చేసుకుంటారు. ఇక నేను ఏమి ఇచ్చాను, 1004 అని ఇచ్చాను. 1004 అని ఇస్తే అక్కడ ఏంటి, అక్కడ చెక్ చేసుకుంటాను తీసుకోండి. మీ క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ నేను ఇచ్చినప్పుడు 1003 అని ఇచ్చాను అనుకోండి, అక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది కదా, మళ్ళీ ఇస్తే తీసుకుంటుంది. కానీ మీరు అది స్టాప్ చేయాలి. అప్పుడు స్టాప్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి, ఇక్కడ ప్రైమరీకి ఇవ్వాలి. ఫారెన్ కి ఉన్నా పర్వాలేదు, ఫారెన్ కి ఉన్నా ప్రైమరీకి ఇవ్వాలి. ఇవ్వాలి ప్రైమరీకి అనేది సపరేట్ కదా, ఈ రిలేషన్ కాదు. ప్రైమరీకి అనేది ఏంటది, ఇండిపెండెంట్ అది. ఇట్ కెన్ బి, then you can stop duplicates. Like